Hey guys, I think I might be sick. I feel like someone kicked 10 kinds of crap out of me. So sorry for the short and hopefully sweet one today, but I just don't have the energy to do a full-sized video. Which sucks because I recently got a bunch of stuff I've been looking for, so I have a backlog I want to make it through. But with how I feel, this is the best I can muster. As always, big thanks to the usual suspects, and Ashla specifically this time. But first, your likes! Please give. And if you enjoyed this video by the end and you aren't subscribed already, please consider it. I've seen a lot of people super excited for this new Scorponok, and I just don't get it. This looks cheap as shit. I feel like I overuse the word knockoff, but that's really what this looks like to me. A stiff, unmoving shell that just doesn't have any effort put into it, and will probably shatter at the first opportunity. I mean, look at the bug legs. They do literally nothing to transform. They just stay where they are, and you have to operate the figure around them. And the tail looks to be immobile as well. If it's not a knockoff, then it sure looks like a figure that was designed in 2007 and they just never released it until now. I don't think it's just the fact that it was made to look like the '07 Scorponok, which is a whole weird can of worms on its own. Like seriously, Scorponok wasn't an individual but a lame-ass species of weaker robots? What about Scorponok from Beast Wars made people decide that he was a collective? Because they keep doing this to him. Yeah, this is one that I do not want, and you cannot pay me to get. Okay, time for the new Studio Series Pablo. I say as I roll my eyes so far up into my head that you can see my optical nerves. You know me, I hate this design more than life itself, but I will say that this looks far more successful than the original mainline. It's cleaner, though why is it coming with Bumblebee's gun in clear plastic? What possessed them to do this? I mean, I appreciate it over the washing machine arms of the movie, but it's still a bizarre choice. His back looks to be a gaping void, and that's not so much a backpack as it is a kibble pile, but if you're here for this sinfully ugly character who's barely in the movie and said like 4 lines, then this may be the figure for you. Me, on the other hand, I will never feel anything but contempt for this design. Then I have mildly tragic news about the tidal wave, though it was to be expected. The extra parts he comes with will not be able to form their own tiny version of the guy. Truly, that is a missed opportunity, but I expect an upgrade kit may be made to remedy that, because this idea is just too good to not use. And it begs the question why the accessory version of the dude has stuff like hinges in the feet. Were they just there to taunt us? From this picture, it seems pretty clear that his legs won't open up to form the normal landing craft mode for minicons, so that's another mild disappointment. And I heard people complaining about the gappiness of his aircraft carrier mode, and at first I didn't quite get it. Like, I feel like these holes have always been there. But then I noticed these ones, and these big ones up here, they're fine. These little ones down here though, yeah, I don't care for those. I'm still super excited for this, though more so the Game Colors retool that a few people pointed out might wind up in the Gamer Edition. It's still a super cool Titan, and I mean, how many aircraft carriers do we get? But just a few little changes with this would really put it up over the top and move it into something seriously awesome. Then Magmatron can do the thing where he turns into a weird dino abomination, and while a very fun thing, really guys, you couldn't make that just a bit less ropey. Like you got the T-Rex at the front and the Plesiosaur at the back, and then there's just an explosion connecting them. Also, the Pterodactyl looks like it's having a bad time. That or he's using the T-Rex as a sci-fi toilet. Now that I've inflicted you all with that mental image, let's move on. Oh boy, it's a Year of the Dragon retool of one of the worst figures from most of a decade ago. I know little of this mold other than it sucks, though I do think a lot of that was due to universally bad QC, but man, if I was excited for a Year of the Dragon figure, I'd feel kind of insulted. Like, oh wow, you shouldn't have. Like really.
I can't believe you've done this.
The fact that his feet are still hanging off the backs of the necks when they could be retooled to flip into here really demonstrates the level of effort Hasbro was willing to put into this. It just looks shitty. Lastly, hopefully to save this video from being too negative, there were a bunch of leaked listings for next year. Hopefully this list has not already been, like, debunked. They're doing a core class Bumblebee movie Starscream. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with for that whacked out design at that scale. Then they're doing some version of Frenzy, though it's a bit unclear if it's the 86 or the Bumblebee concept version. A Beast Machines Cheetor, The Nightmare Lives Again. A core class Beast Wars Dinobot, and yes, my body is ready. We've seen the Galvatron mold, it's just in new colors, a Steeljaw to go with your Kingdom Blaster, and a new Rocklord. A deluxe class Bumblebee movie Sunstreaker, who may just be a retool of the Wheeljack, it wouldn't be the first time they did that, but maybe it will be something new, and either way it's super interesting. A Gamer Edition Sideswipe, actually theoretically that could just be a Siege or Kingdom repack. Autobot and Decepticon Infantry, I assume that those are also going to be in the Gamer Edition Cybchromia, which may be the one from Cybertron, but for some reason Hotshot is showing up with the prefix Cyber later in the list. And so far it seems like they're trying to keep all the figures from the same continuity together, which causes me pause, but I can't really think of what else that Chromia could be. A G1 Gears, after all these years of being teased with the one on the Kingdom poster, we will finally get the Autobots Premier Grump. Now we just need that Polar Claw. A new Quake could be cool. I wonder if it will be a Headmaster. A deluxe class Optimus Prime, which makes me question the validity of this whole list, especially when there's another notable Optimus Prime to come later. Windsweeper, so people don't have to deal with a bad CW retool anymore. 2 new Rocklords, though one is labeled 3, so it could just be that this list is kind of mixed together. I guess we're finally getting that 86 Hound in movie Hatchet seen so long ago. RID Sideburn, I wonder if it will be a new mold. Earthspark Prowl, Thrash, Aftermath, and Jawbreaker. Are these going to be in the Legacy line, or are they going to be in the Earthspark line? Because I was pretty sure we already got figures of these in that. TLK Drift, no please. Reactivate Lifeline, who is an insane character to be one of the first announced Reactivate figures. Transformers Movie 8 Megatron. Does that mean Transformers 1 Megatron or what? A Headmaster, so maybe Quake is one as well. The Slipstream, who will probably be a retool of that hideous Windblade figure. And then the next gen Bumblebee, whatever that means. Probably Transformers 1. Voyager Cybertron Starscream. That was a figure that I always wanted growing up but never bought. Vector Prime, a character I didn't know was in the show until I was like 25. Gamer Edition Ratchet, so Ironhide's coming too. A Bumblebee movie Shockwave, which, oh hell yeah. We have been begging for this for years now. Animated Motormaster, who is assuredly based off the animated Prime they're releasing just now. Movie 6 Skywarp, but they've already called other things on this list Bumblebee movie. I'm confused. For leader classes, we're getting Sandstorm, so hopefully that's handled better than the Blitzwing, a Megatron repack, an 86 Springer, which I don't think the Siege version is the worst, but it has problems. So I hope that this can really improve on that and not just be a re-release. 86 Swoop, and god damn it, we just need to see it already. I need to know how good it's gonna be. Some version of Soundwave, hopefully it will completely invalidate the very not good Earthrise version. And then we're getting a Commander 86 Optimus. I know some people are convinced that this is going to suck or just be a repack of the Earthrise figure with more accessories, but personally I have hope that this will actually be something worth buying. Even the worst Commander so far has been pretty decent, and they went pretty hard on the 86 Ultra Magnus. Then the next HasLab is Omega Supreme, and considering how faithfully carried out the Siege version was, I have to assume that this is going to be an animated Omega. There wouldn't be much point otherwise. Then there's a whole lot of exclusives, and I'll only talk about the figures that catch my fancy. First I have to say that I have no idea what A-level is, but it promises a Movie 8 Optimus and an 86 Bumblebee. Please do not just be another Earthrise retool. Seems that Generation Selects will finally be back. How you were missed, old friend. Why is there going to be a Leader Thundertron when there was just a Voyager of him? I hear tale that these will be the last red figures, so ding dong the witch is dead. Couldn't happen soon enough, honestly. I don't know why Hasbro kept throwing money into this bonfire, but thank god it's over now. And lastly, there's going to be a G.I. Joe Cup. 90-to-1 odds that it's going to suck like the other two. And that was the news. I think all the stuff that I'm most excited for is in the listings. Tidal Wave is still awesome, but those other figures I just have no care to touch, and I will happily save my money. But most of the text list is awesome, and man, if that HasLab is animated Omega Supreme, people will lose their minds. Anyways, that's not half what to say, but it's enough what to say. And I know, you know, what everyone else tells you to do at the end of these videos. So, if you liked what you saw here, please do that. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please share this video with any friend you think may be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.